And so, Scorpio, it's really interesting. You're going to have Saturn leave a part of the sky for you that has to do with your past and your home. So I feel like you've spent the last 3 years sort of getting the foundations of your life in order, understanding your roots differently. But a lot of Scorpios probably have worked on something in their own time and space over the course since 2020, really, putting their ducks in a row, as they say. Well, it is going to be once we move into March and Saturn changes signs that we will start you moving in a direction of wanting to have fun, getting serious about having fun and enjoying your life, and also dating as well, where it is that if you've been one of those Scorpios that maybe hasn't been as engaged in the fun and game and lightness of dating itself, this is where you're about to get a lot more serious about it and engage that journey and that process a lot more consciously also. And whether it is that you're already in a relationship, whether you're open to it, the feeling of love is what you're going for here. The joy of love and in love with your life in every way is part of what you're going to get serious about and working towards. However, we're also going to have Jupiter move into your opposite side. Now, the ancients believed this was one of the best times to connect with someone in a meaningful way, or to advance wherever it is that you are in love. So people dating, they move in together. Maybe they didn't in ancient times, but now they do. Those living together get engaged, get married. Stuff like that becomes more likely to happen as well. With the Venus retrograde, since we've been talking about that quite a bit, I will say for the Scorpios, it's taking place at the top of your sky. This is a very visible part of the sky. Outside of love, it has to do with career and purpose. So having a career path you love, wherever Venus is retrograde, the guiding question for all of us is, do I love it? Do I love this person, place, thing, or situation? Do you love the career path you're on? Is there heart here? Is there love here? If there isn't, well, at least you're going to get honest with yourself about that, like why you're doing it, to what ends you're doing it, and whether or not you want to keep on that career path that you're on. But I will say, if you choose to pursue relationships in the career sphere, relationships with people who are bosses or people in positions of authority, I would be very careful. Things could come out very quickly, very messily as well. It's like all of a sudden lots of people become aware. So just pace yourself a little bit where possible, where it comes to jumping into a relationship with a boss. For all that though, where it comes to love and fun and being connected to what you want in your heart of hearts, boy, is that going to be a much more focused pursuit. And because you pursue it, chances are you'll get it as well. What do you think, Tamara, about Scorpios for this?
I see this year love being their healer.
Mm.
Love being the healing factor. That is what's going to bring them all the way to their healing place. I do see, as you were saying, if they were in a relationship, they might, up the game and be engaged, and then if they're engaged, they'll up it again and get married. Absolutely, completely agree with you there. And if they're in a marriage and they don't have kids, this is the year they're going to make that kind of thing happen. They're going to seal the deal with some little babies. Well, whether they adopt them or they plan them, I don't care how, but children will be on your discussion table for sure. If you've been in a relationship for some time, this is the year for children or something like that for certain. And it may not be that you actually bear them. You might adopt. That kind of energy is still here. Definitely see lots of good relationship healing work. I absolutely agree with you I would actually say stay out of relationship with people you work with. I would say that because I got the tower there. And when I see the tower, it says mindful, walk away, get away. I don't care. It might be sexy. I still say no. No, not on this one. Because if you do, it'll topple you and you won't be able to fix that very quickly. And that's where the problem is. So if you were on a stage and everything was looking good, that situation topples, you're not going to be looking good. So I'd avoid it. Turn right around, focus on what you're already doing. Find someone who's less of a challenge or less of a risk. Less of a risk. Now, saying that, we know Scorpios. Less of a risk. Don't do that. Excuse me.
I,
You know,
yeah.
there's got to be at least two of them, that two Scorpios right now who are already saying, I don't think so, I'll do what I want. And yeah, but we warned you. Just remember, we warned you. Also, I think that Scorpios are going to be working on mother issues this year. It could be they didn't have, just simply they didn't have whatever it is they thought they wanted. And this will be a time for them to bring mother up to the task of dealing with it. So if your mother's alive, she'll have to listen to it all. If she isn't, she'll still have to listen to it. But definitely, I think this is going to be a good healing year. One where I'm really happy to see it, because I know of some Scorpios that could use a good year of healing places in their heart. And I wish for that for them.
I love it. Yeah, I agree with all of that.
Yeah.